Welcome everyone, we are now on the defensive system, and last week we covered shadowing. What is it, when do we use it, and how do we do it? Well, this week we're going to look at another stage of the defensive pyramid, facing out. Facing out is a super tricky skill that can be used in a multitude of ways. Predominantly when facing out, as you can see on the diagram, you can go into a shadow or a fake, or just dive in for the challenge. So let's look at what facing out is. Facing out is literally as it says. It is when you are facing out onto the field. Sometimes you will be put in this position against your will, and the primary way that happens is when the ball has been switched and you are now on the wrong side of the pitch. As from a defensive standpoint, at least for 1v1, you should always aim to be on the same side of the field as the ball is at all times. So let's break down why being switched is so devastating. And it's to do with reaction time and momentum. You see, if you're on the opposite side of the pitch than the ball is on, defending is exceptionally difficult. This is because it's not reliable at all. The reason for this is due to the front post shot. If your opponent shoots at the front post, you probably won't be able to reach it. And if you try to get the momentum to reach it, they can see you advancing forward and shoot it behind you. Let's just say for one last example, they did shoot it in the middle. And you're coming across. As the ball is coming across, your momentum, you go past each other. You're going forward, maybe to the left-hand side of the pitch, and the ball is coming past you onto the right-hand side of your net. And this means that you have a very small window to get a touch on the ball. If you were on the same side, however, when trying to make the save, because you would be moving with the ball, you would have more time to get impact on the ball. And this is why front post shadowing is to go to when in front of the net. So when you have been switched, you are now in a position where you are facing out. There are two options. Either go and challenge and hope for the best, or you drive up, fake the challenge, get back into a shadow. Because if you waited in the net facing out against a good player, the chances to save the ball would be low. So let's say you do face out and dive. What rules should we follow? Well, first is to come from the goal as fast as possible to limit the available options. You generally don't want to be diving in from your corner, as that 50 is more dangerous than an inside challenge. And if you want to understand more about that, click the link above about the 50-50s. So you're facing out from the net, which is good. That way we can take a direct path to the ball and limit the options. So if the opponent has the ball on their car, you may want to double jump and lean back to get as high as possible to block the flick. But if they don't flick, then you're in a risky situation. And this is why challenging is always a risk, because you have to guess right. The best times to face out and challenge are when the opponent is struggling to control the ball, so it's easy to read, or directly after their first touch, as this will disrupt their offense and usually is favorable for the challenger, as you'll get the second hit on the ball. In ones, you usually want to use facing out to get into a good position to fake or shadow, or if you have a read on the opponent and the opponent has finished their first touch, then challenge from the inside position. In twos, as the first man, you would look to do the same, but remember, just because you are first man in twos does not always mean you should dive, especially if you know you will lose the challenge. And in threes, generally as first man, you want to challenge the ball, or at least look like you are challenging, to force the opponent to make a play so your teammates can react. There is no training pack for this one. Just put a comment below to say you've watched it, and you'll get the bell in the Discord. Hopefully that helps. Small video today, guys. But there's not much to cover on this one, in all honesty. Look after yourself, and as always, peace out. Peace.